I'm taking a break this week from the chainsaw milling to work on some kitchen cabinet trays. I had the CNC cut out some parts, and they have some interesting features that need a little bit of sanding and some polyurethane before I glue them together. This is what we're working with, 2 of these end pieces and 2 of these side pieces per tray. This was cut in one setup plus round over with a hand router. This was cut in one setup for everything you see here, but an additional setup to do this slot after the fact. This could have actually gone full width, but I didn't have a dado blade with me that day. So this is kind of like a mortise and tenon in that it fits together pretty tight like that, and it registers in both directions. Once you get the bottom in, that also registers against the corner. So you don't have to worry about it being out of square. You just put the bottom in, clamp it up, and I guess clamp it in the one direction and you're good to go. Getting these right is a little bit tricky because it's very sensitive to the workpiece zero, and if there's chips or sawdust or anything underneath, that can end up too thin. And when it's too thin, then it wobbles in the joint. So what I'm doing today is finding any little ridges left over, giving it a sanding, masking off the areas that are going to be a glue joint, polyurethane, a couple of coats, and then assembling everything. Now it's on to masking. Oh, this is amazing. Now I just have to figure out a way to hang these. I went ahead and gave all of the parts a second coat. I haven't sanded after the second coat, but I don't think that's necessary. So I've got 2 side rails, and I need to find 2 of the same size. So these here are the same size. I have 2 different widths to fit different cabinet combinations. So these go together. And there's the wide bottom. I'm putting way too much glue on this first one just to see how it does. All right, so we've got 2 side rails. 2 sides, 2 ends, 1 bottom. So this is a little bit tricky to get together because you've got to get the sides in first. And then once you do, there's a little bit of slop here. I'm not sure if you could see on the camera, but there's about 5 millimeters extra where these can move back and forth. I'm going to leave that setting up for a little bit, but first box is done. This is the first full assembly that I've done from this set. I made one prototype before that had the same sort of corner joint, but it had a different way of mounting the bottom that didn't register it nearly as well. So that's one down, about 16 more to go.